Welcome back, YouTubers. It's Thursday night, which means no, it's not late night shopping in Peterborough Town Centre. It's time for a TNA Impact review with me, Mr. Parkin, and this guy sitting next to me. He's just had his hair cut, by the way, in case you haven't noticed. Look at that there. It's NJ.
What's up?
Oh, what's up, NJ? What's up? She goes, you've got a new stance there, haven't you?
That's it.
What's that, a new stealth stance?
I thought so, yeah.
Yeah, all right then. Make sure you guys subscribe up above, of course. Make sure you guys like the video, and don't be stealthy like NJ, and make sure you comment down below and make your thoughts known.
And make sure you contact us in the links in the description box below.
Yes, because that was very stealthy, wasn't it?
That was
anyway. Let's get on to this TNA Impact review. This was the go-home show, before Hardcore Justice, so we were hoping that everyone was involved somehow or another who was at the pay-per-view, and hoping they actually gave some decent pay-per-view hype going into Hardcore Justice. Let's start with the opening promo, which of course usually involves Immortal, and it was no different this week, was it?
No, it was not, no.
No, but this promo did actually have some point to it. It seems like TNA are now trying to turn Anderson face. They had Bully Ray go after him and he respond, and it seems like they're also having a match at Hardcore Justice. But the whole face turn thing kind of worked for me.
The good thing about this Immortal segment, I think, it did not come out with Hogan. It came out with Bully Ray.
Yes.
And Bully Ray, as he said in the promo, that he's the leader while Bischoff and Hogan's not here. Yeah. So the way he was going on and on, it was actually bringing a lot up, insulting Anderson, bringing the best out of Anderson as he spoke, because then Anderson got on mic and then had his say against Bully Ray. I'm
glad they're taking Anderson away from Immortal, because I feel he's a singles guy, not a group guy. And the great thing about this promo is it only lasted 8 minutes, which I think is a good time for an opening promo. I don't like them when they last too long. And the whole face turn thing, I think, works for Anderson, especially now he's going to be seemingly separated away from Immortal. And it hyped for him, and it announced a match of the pay-per-view, which is good as well. So I thought it was a decent opening segment.
And now they gave us the match, as we found out. Bully Ray versus Mr. Anderson.
Go Anderson.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be such a great match, because we have the leader, or the big mouthy guy from Immortal, which is Bully Ray.
Versus who should have been the leader.
Who should have been the leader.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson, I think, is going to have a great match to determine which of the two should have been the leader of Immortal.
Yep, and then out comes Fortune, and who attacks Immortal, which to me kind of is good, because you have Fortune and Immortal clashing a little bit before the pay-per-view. Even though I did feel there's a little bit of a clusterfuck, at least it hyped for a match between those two teams at the pay-per-view.
That's pretty much what it did, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It did those two things. It established Anderson as a face and hyped 2 matches at the pay-per-view. So it's a good opening segment, in my opinion. What about you? Yeah,
I think it was not the most entertaining of openers, but it did its job leading to the pay-per-view.
Exactly my words. Did its job. The next match we had a match. It was Miss Teschmacher, who come out with Tara versus Madison Rayne. And Miss Teschmacher immediately sends Tara to the back because she wants to face Madison Rayne one-on-one. My initial question for this match was any of these two booked to the pay-per-view? But then we had Mickie James come out on commentary, and I was like, yeah, Hardcore Justice.
I think her coming out, it didn't do a lot for the match, really, because she wasn't really a part of it. She didn't really say much. Yep. It was just, she got involved after the match, really. Yeah.
To be honest, I would have had Mickie James or Winter involved in the match somehow or another, do it that way, but I guess this was kind of okay. They had Teschmacher and Tara kiss. Oh, that was hot. And the match itself wasn't really that decent. It was Miss Teschmacher won the match, which kind of surprised me. But the bit that was most important happened after the match, when Mickie James gets attacked by Winter and Angelina, hyping up for their match at Hardcore Justice together. I thought it was decent hype, even though I thought that more concentration should have been on Mickie James and Winter throughout the whole segment, in my opinion.
I think the way they did it, the match was just there to probably fill up that bit of knockout thing. They only had 2 knockout matches, but I guess they only wanted 1 this week.
Yeah.
And the Mickie James bit, I guess it got them involved somehow, so I can't really complain about that.
Effective segment, in my opinion. Again, good hype for the pay-per-view, in my opinion. The next match we had was a Bound for Glory series match between Devon and AJ Styles. And let's just cut to the chase. Devon beats AJ Styles. So you're trying to tell me that Devon could be probably the best guy in TNA that we all know, AJ Styles. I'm sorry, I just don't like this.
But the thing about this is that we had
Christopher Daniels
and the Pope come down. I'm thinking that was too much for just for a small match like this. I know it's got importance to Bound for Glory, but still, both of them coming down, getting involved, and somehow
I can understand Christopher Daniels, because there was a bit between him and AJ, which I feel was the reason why they made AJ lost the match. I can understand that between him and Daniels. So why have Pope come out? You're not getting him involved in that. That was my only problem with the match. I thought the match was okay. Just I don't see why Pope was coming out when he had nothing to do with Devon really in the match itself.
I guess later on they're going to probably have a Devon versus Pope thing going on.
That they have actually announced after the pay-per-view, Devon versus Pope in a Battle Royal Series match.
There we go then.
There you go then. That's that. We then also have a promo hyping up the main event for Hardcore Justice between Sting and Angle. It's like a 30-second video. Again, it's decent. It just shows they're concentrating on the pay-per-view, this is what I liked about this show. And then we had a Pope backstage segment hyping up his Battle Royal Series match against Devon at Hardcore Justice. So just good pay-per-view hype there, backstage stuff. Any opinions?
Not really. No, not
okay,
that. No.
Next match, because we did get a lot of matches tonight, didn't we? We got 7 matches, including the Sting Angle match that we got shown. So we got a lot of matches tonight. The next match we had was between Samoa Joe and Pope, another Bound for Glory series match. We now have Matt Morgan, the 7-foot monster, doing Bound for Glory's match analysis on commentary. What did you think to this match, Samoa Joe Pope? Why are you slapping your head?
Okay, we have Samoa Joe, this big guy that, this is basically it. And I just thought that was thumbs down because he just ended up tapping out and he just didn't give up. So the way I see it is, it just was a waste for Samoa Joe. Yes, it made Samoa Joe get his frustration up, but it did. No, it was stupid.
That's one of the reasons I like this segment. It showed Joe's angry side, and it showed that the Bound for Glory series meant something to him, which I kind of like. But the fact that he won, the fact that he kept hold of that hold was just kind of stupid, because why would you do that when you know you can win the match? I don't know, but it was a decent match. I think it got a decent amount of time. It's just that happened. It was just like, yeah, but I guess it's kind of hyping this Samoa Joe comeback thing that I hope they're going to do. I really hope, because now he's on minus 10 points, isn't he? Something like that.
And the thing is, I was really thinking Samoa Joe could win his first points here.
Yeah.
When he did that submission move, I thought, right, that's it. But when he didn't let go, I just thought, it wasn't my thing. I didn't really like. I would like if Samoa Joe got a few points, make him look like he's actually wanting to be involved in this.
But I still think this is leading up to some comeback thing he's going to do, but I don't know. I'll have to see. The next match we had was Robert Roode versus Hernandez. This was originally booked as James Storm, but I think because he got a back injury in the opening promo, they replaced him with Robert Roode. And for me, Robert Roode versus Hernandez was a good match. It was a street fight. It got plenty of time. And it was good that we had 2 people from the tag team title match facing each other in a match prior to the pay-per-view, I feel.
I was looking at this match and saying that there was weapons used there, but at the same time, they didn't always use the weapons.
No.
They actually put on a good fight.
There was good weapons used though, wasn't there?
There was, but I was more interested in the actual wrestling, because they did that pretty well.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's a good match, but it's just, as the match went on, it started to get a bit... It was overall a good match, but it's just the ending that kind of...
typical heel ending, isn't it? But the thing I liked about this match is it was the match which got the most natural crowd heat. A lot of times TNA pump canned heat into their arena, but this one they didn't need to, because Bobby Roode is over with the crowd, and Andes and Mexican America are natural heels. So in that sense, it got the most natural crowd heat of the night, in my opinion.
I was going to comment on that. It was just like, throughout the match, it was just pure wrestling, and then there was the pure reaction from the crowd.
The only problem about this match is, I have this problem with most TNA street fights, it's the fact that they put ref distractions in there when they're not fucking needed. It's a no disqualification match. But overall, the match was good. I did like it. It's helped hype the tag title match for Hardcore Justice. It was a good match, so I can't complain about it.
No, I quite like it.
Yep. We then have a backstage segment with Bully Ray and Anderson. We have Bully Ray apologising. I'm sorry, NJ. Okay, maybe not.
Well, he didn't shake straight away.
No.
He was thinking about it, and then actually gave in, and then straight away, Bully Ray...
Bully Ray attacks Anderson, and then you realise they're going to be having this match at the pay-per-view. So, decent backstage segment, I thought.
The thing is, Bully Ray would not have done that if he didn't get that phone call
from Hogan. Oh, God. Hogan! No, I won't apologise! I don't do it! No, I'm joking. But yeah, next match, because again, we've got plenty of matches. Austin Aries versus Alex Shelley in a match which has the 2 #1 contenders to the X Division Championship. One part of me wants to see this match because it's a good filler match in my opinion. Another part of me says, why are you having these 2 face-offs before the pay-per-view? But considering I did actually quite like this match a lot, I would go with the other side. I thought this was a pretty good match, pretty good segment.
Well, I'm going to pretty much maybe towards the other side, because I'm thinking these 2 could make a perfect pay-per-view match.
Yeah.
Just because of the way they are, the way they work in the ring. I'm just thinking, like, yes, they I don't know. It's just I was thinking that this could be a pay-per-view match.
I hope this will be at Bound for Glory as an X Division title match. I really do hope, because I think these two could, as you said, put on a great match. As we know, Austin Aries plays a great heel. Alex Shelley is very over with the crowd, and it was just good this week that we got a segment devoted to the X Division, which again helps hype for the pay-per-view, which I think TNA did very well tonight, in my opinion.
The thing about this is that the match took place, it went pretty well, and then we had Brian Kendrick come down to get involved. So I thought it was good to get him involved, because obviously he's going into the pay-per-view.
And we get more Austin Aries mic time as well.
You'll get that.
Yeah, which is good, because he's very good on the mic, in my opinion. One of the best mic workers TNA have at the moment, I feel. When Brian Kendrick makes a save, like you said. So again, it involves all three guys at the pay-per-view. Decent pay-per-view hype. I'm fed up of these segments. Oh, look at me. I'm a TV champion, and I'm going to do pointless segments which have nothing to do with pay-per-view hype, and just waste time which we could spend hyping the pay-per-view and doing matches. That's right, guys. I'm describing a typical Eric Young TV title, I'm going to go out there in Hollywood segment. Why is this fucking even on telly?
They're just wasting our time making us watch him when he's got no importance in TNA.
Yep. Should we just go on to the next match then?
Please do.
Right, okay. What we got next was quite unique, in my opinion. We've seen empty match arenas before in WWE and also in TNA. What they did in this segment was they showed footage of an empty arena match between Angle and Sting from February 2009 with Angle and Borash doing commentary. Now, this is something new. I've never really seen this done before, and I really kind of like this. It was something new for the pay-per-view hype, and it showed them two wrestling and Angle commentating, and I actually really did like this segment, because not only was it a good match, I felt that the commentating was quite good, and it did hype for the pay-per-view very well.
They mentioned a lot of how Angle really wanted to play Sting and how he's going to perform great in the ring, and I think the way they spoke about it, it was just nicely done.
Yeah, I do feel exactly the same way. It was something new. I've never seen this done before, so I've got to commend TNA about that. It was effective. Again, another effective segment which helped hype the pay-per-view, in my opinion.
It did, yeah.
We then had a tag match. Always love tag team matches, whether it's in WWE or TNA. And in this tag match, it was a Bound for Glory series match between RVD and Crimson versus the two members of Immortal, Scott Steiner and Gunner. I enjoyed this match. It got good length. I thought it was a good match. Were your opinions?
Rob Van Dam and Scott Steiner in another match, really. I just thought, no, Scott Steiner, Rob Van Dam, you saw how bad their match that week was, and I'm just having them in a match again. It brought slowness to this match, which was clearly seen, so I don't like that.
At least you have Crimson and Gunner guys in there that are, will speed up. I do think RVD is quite a speedy wrestler. It's just that I just don't understand why they keep giving RVD these wins. I mean, I understand that he's a good wrestler, but why don't they give it to someone like Gunner, who's hopefully, I feel, going to be in this No Surrender #1 contendership match when this finishes. But like I said, I can't complain about the match. I thought the match was very good. It's just that I don't understand why they're giving it to RVD when they could probably give it to Crimson or Gunner.
Because at the minute, Rob Van Dam's pretty high in the table.
He's
I'm just
second.
thinking, he's got all these points as it is. It should be other people who could have maybe came up higher and maybe made more of a exciting more table, but no.
Yeah. We also had a match announced for the pay-per-view. We had a special Bound for the Glory series match between RVD and Crimson. So I liked how after the match they just focused on the two guys, focused on the pay-per-view match itself, got their thoughts, and then moved on with it. I enjoyed the match, and the after segment I think was very effective for hyping up their pay-per-view match.
The way I look at it, yeah, I agree with that.
And a special Bound for Glory series match, #1 versus #2. That should be quite interesting. I expect Crimson to win it though.
He should, because to make Rob Van Dam wouldn't really make much sense.
No,
because having Crimson end his winning streak to Rob Van Dam.
Exactly. My thoughts echoed. We then get the main event. This was the second main event. This was the second main event type promo involving the main event match for Hardcore Justice, which I kind of liked. Before this, we had all the matches announced, which is a good addition, I thought. We don't see TNA or WWE do that too often now. Every single match was announced and mentioned, which I liked. And then we have a contract signing, a thing which we've seen quite a lot before between Sting and Angle. Your thoughts on the main event promo?
Okay, I'm going to refer to WWE quickly. When they have theirs, there's normally an attack or something going on to make it more lively. With this, they both had their own say about each other. They had their thoughts about the match. I thought that was good for them, both holding their ground and waiting for the pay-per-view. So
they talked each other up. They talked how they got real respect for each other. And what I love about this feud at the moment is you haven't yet seen them fight. And this is one of the good things I like about this feud. You're having them go into Hardcore Justice. They haven't touched each other yet. You're gonna have to pay to see them fight, and that is how I think feuds should be done, in my opinion. Not so much to that extent, but more in the golden era when they used to do stuff like that. That's one thing I liked about this pay-per-view. They didn't touch each other here. They showed how much respect they have for each other. I'm expecting this to be a very good match between these two.
Well, I wouldn't say very good because obviously I would have preferred Angle versus Anderson.
Yeah, but I know Angle will put on a good match with Sting though. I like you would have preferred Anderson, but I do think Angle will put on a good match with Sting.
I'll give them the chance at the pay-per-view.
Well, we'll be watching it, won't we? So let's make sure we give them the chance, and we'll be reviewing it as well. Don't worry about that. NJ, your overall thoughts on this on the show tonight?
At first, when the first show first started, I was like, TNA another week, because last week it was
awful.
My being just went. I just thought, why am I watching TNA? At first, I was giving it a chance, but this week actually got me thinking. Okay, I guess they're trying again. They're going to have good weeks, they're going to have bad weeks, just like WWE, just like Ring of Honor and all that. And I'm just saying that this week actually got me ready for the pay-per-view, so I think it did its job.
Yep, echo exactly my thoughts. Last week was terrible. They really needed to improve their show, make a good go-home show. And in my opinion, every single segment, there was a lot of wrestling tonight, which I thought was good. There was a bit of mic work as well. They hyped up for the pay-per-view very well, in my opinion. The whole show seemed to be devoted to people who are actually going to be on the pay-per-view, apart from maybe the Miss Teschmacher and Madison Rain match, which still involved Mickie James and
That's true. And the thing is, what I've liked about this week compared to last week is they've taken out backstage segments. They're not shoving Sting down throats the whole night. There was no Bishop and Hogan going up throughout the night. It actually gave us wrestling. It gave us matches that we needed to see ready for the pay-per-view. Yes, there's place for improvement, but overall, it was a good show. Yep,
I did feel it was a good show. So a good go-home show for TNA. They've announced all their matches. They've had each segment involving someone at the pay-per-view, which was good pay-per-view hype. And I'm now, all of a sudden, looking forward to Hardcore Justice based on this go-home show. So TNA have really done their job tonight. What's your grade for the show, quickly?
Oh, it's hard to think because, again, with TNA, I struggle because, obviously, my feeling is more into WWE.
Yep.
But this could be a B+.
I was really tempted to give it an A. But I like to say A for really, really good shows, and I don't think this is a really, really good show. It did its job really, really well, but it wasn't a really, really good show, so I'm going to say B+. I did think it was a very good show, good pay-per-view hype, a good go-home show from TNA, in my opinion.
Yeah, so now let's just say goodbye to the TNA fans.
Yes, and also make sure you get your comments on TNA tonight in that comment section down there below. Thank you very much for watching once again. We are the British Fist.
Yes, let's.
And looking forward to Hardcore Justice pay-per-view on Sunday night, which we will be viewing. Make sure you check that out too. Thank you very much for watching once again, and goodbye.